Hi, everyone. It's good to be back. Get rid of this banner in there. Hopefully you can see me and hope you can hear me fine. Let me know if not. Should be good, though. Sorry I didn't send an email early this morning. I meant to. It just didn't happen. But I did mean to. Let me plug this in real quick. Oh, I plugged that in the wrong one. I got to plug it in over here. You can never have enough USB ports. There. That should work. Hopefully. Hope everyone's having a great week. Earl says it's good to see you, Earl. Says I like YouTube shorts. Thank you. I need to make more shorts. So the thing with shorts, they're really best if you shoot them on a phone. Not so much from the video. So the shorts that I have up, and I really appreciate the feedback a ton. I've just cut them from the video. So they crop because you got the video is this way and the shorts are this way. So you have to crop in and you're really just seeing the slice of a larger image. So everything is really up close. It's really best to have it on the phone. I think I only have one or two shorts where I use the phone. So the standard, I guess the recommended practice is to shoot the content for YouTube and then shoot separate shorts. So take the what you want for the shorts and just shoot it on a phone. That's really what they prefer. That's what looks the best. And I just need to do that. But thank you a lot. Appreciate that a lot. My YouTube, I will congratulate myself on almost 2,000 subscribers. I'm pretty stoked that I'm really close. I think the next video will push it to 2,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. I'm pretty sure I will. And I think, yeah, I'm putting all my effort into YouTube. I'm putting a ton of effort in YouTube and it's paying off. So YouTube is sending me more views. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. And I think YouTube is where I really have always wanted to be. I've just never really put the time into it. Good to see BJ Ocampo. It's really great to see you. Arnold Levy, it's good to see you. I'm waiting for some more deals. Where's your liquor store guy? What's more deals? I want to see some more deals from you, Arnold. Ed Dembowski's here, the direct response master. Oh, Joey, good to see you. What is Joey? I always know all you guys by your emails, and I can't. It's like Madison something. I always and it's at SBC Global or something, right? I'm good with remembering everyone's emails, and I'm trying to think you have a unique one. Oh yeah, it's Groundhog Day tomorrow. It's my birthday on the 9th. So what is that? 8 days ago. I really wanted one thing in particular. I'm not going to get it. I'm really depressed, but I really wanted one thing, but I don't want to depress myself more. But I'm turning 42. It was really hard. It was really hard for me to turn 40. And now it's going to be even harder to turn 42. I don't like that. But it is my birthday coming up. Lincoln Facebook didn't go to, I wrote this at the very last minute. I probably, I'm getting calls. I'm getting pushed in 1,000 directions. I probably put the wrong link. God knows what I put. I have no clue what I wrote there. I wrote it on muscle, 100% muscle memory, just writing. I couldn't even tell you what I typed. Oh, thank you. You're nice. I'm appreciative for you. And I'm going to give you a big shout out today, Scott. So you're going to get yourself well shout out too. And I would like to mention too, let me bring this up now. The review cards. You really did something good here because every time I mention review cards, people are like, who's that guy? Who's that guy with review cards? And I got to start putting you have them on Etsy, but I think you should get a different link for them. I printed up some copies of your review cards. They're just not rounded corners. Scott makes the nice rounded corners, but these things, I just wanted something to show. This is Scott's. This is his workings. So if you want these, you go through Scott. Oh, I freaking didn't. Stupid me. I didn't put. Wait, is this the. Wait, I put the wrong. Hang on. I printed these a couple times. So I did the other ones wrong. Hang on 1 second. I want to show you Scott's review cards. Where did I put these? Oh, here they are. Like, I know I didn't freaking mess these up. Scott's review cards. They're really neat. Scott does them with the rounded corners, but they're really cool. These are Scott's review cards. They have the. Great for businesses. Reviews really help. And it's got the QR code. It's nice. Scott is a pioneer with review cards. You need to put out like a little guide or something. More to talk about Scott too. Tie-dye digital. It's back to saying tie-dye digital. Dorn, good to see you. I know you're working on it, but get to it. It's not the new year anymore. You got to work harder. Brian Comp, good to see you. Jim Juris. Les Mark. Oh, you're not that late. You didn't miss much. You missed me gloating about Scott's business card review cards. Fantastic. He said he offered, this is great if you are a business owner and you could use review cards, or if you, I haven't even, where's the other ones? Hang on, I didn't do as much of glue. Where are they? The different glue. Can't find them. Oh well. Not well organized. 70, geez, I know. Then I'll be thinking I was young at 40. Oh my God. 70's fine too. Same age as Son. We're all old. All of us. There's no difference. 40, 50, 60, 70. It's the same thing. I never saw the original. I never saw the original one. I know the premise of it. He wakes up every day, but I missed out. Any movie made in the 80s, I really missed out on. I wasn't allowed to watch movies, really. I grew up in a super strict religious household. I was not really allowed to watch movies from the 80s, so I missed a lot of them. Oh, 81. That's the best. They call it Zennial. Have you heard that? It's the best description, too, because I do not, Gen X, I miss, we were really little in that period of time, and millennial, we're really at the tail end of that. So it's like this in between, born in 81, Zennial. Perfect description. That's the best year to be born, Corey. Good to see you, Mark. I got some really good things to share, too. It's not your birthday tomorrow. It's the anniversary of the day you were born 40 years ago. Anniversary is very true. Oh, I know. The 11 by 14. I know. We got to do that. And I'm like pushing myself to make all these things. I'm trying to, I want it all out there. We got to get it done. This is Scott's big boy, 11 by 14. If you've never seen this, I got a ton of them at Scott's son. He is amazing. Wait, let's shout out. Can we shout out Scott? Yeah. Let's shout out Scott. Shout out to Scott. And I can never remember. Do you have 10 or 11 kids? I don't remember. You got more than me, but I want to say you have 11 now. Pretty sure you have 11. But shout out to Scott with $30,000 profit, $75,000 in sales just in January. He made a big push. He put out whatever it says here. I can't remember. 9. I know he did the 9 by 12, and then he did 4. So that's a total of 5. 4 of these plus a 9 by 12, $30,000 in profit. What a good 8 years ago. 8 years. Scott's been on my podcast twice. We got to do another one. I mean, he's got a huge stable of businesses. They obviously love doing business with him. It's a feel-good business. You're doing good things. You don't have to feel like you're slimy. You don't have to feel... and it's reliable. The postcards are just getting exposure. It will never go out of date. It will never... There's no algorithm. There's no spam filter. There's none of that. It's amazing. You were in high school in 81. Holy crap. Graduated college in 81. Wow. It's all right. After it's so funny because my assistants, most of them, they started in they're 19, 18, one started at 17, and now they're 20, 21, 23, 25. And it's the gap after you hit 21, it just, it all molds into itself. It's where did 21 and 40 go? It's happen overnight. It's so weird. So many changes in those teenage years, and then it just doesn't change. Yeah, Scott is with his review cards. These things are awesome. So if you need review cards or you want to sell review cards, resell them, you better get a hold of Scott because he is the man for those. And this is his design. I printed these just for something to show, but this is his design. He's got the rounded corners too, which I think looks even nicer. What are you selling for? 110, 120 bucks for 250 of them, something like that. Businesses buy them all the time. It's fantastic. You have 10 kids, don't do you really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought it was 11. I didn't want to sneak one in there. I didn't know if you had one. Had one you weren't counting. Scott, yeah, we should make a calendar. We should. Join the elite group. Just hit me up with the email. I'll give you the link. Oh, Sarah's here. Good to see you, Sarah. See, Scott's got more. Scott's got 11. We were wondering that if he had 10 or 11. I was going to tell you something, Sarah. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I was going to tell you a funny story about Sarah, my wife. Sometimes I say girlfriend. Don't get freaked out. We're just not technically married. We've been together forever. So I use the term interchangeably. A life partner in crime, everything. But she the other day, I got so much going on. Half of what you tell me, I don't remember. But the other day, she shows me a tattoo. She's like, "Yeah, my tattoo on my back." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't have a tattoo on your back." And she's like, "Yeah." And she had a tattoo on her back. I had no clue. She's like, "Yeah, I got one the other day. I told you or whatever." I had no clue. She had a tattoo on her back. She's showing me. I was all freaked out. Like, what? I didn't know this. Had no clue. Graduated high school in 71. See, it doesn't seem that long ago. I mean, it was, I don't know how old that makes you. It's how old you feel. What's Charles on 15, 7? It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. I said everything after three. 3 kids. After 3 kids, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. 100 kids. Octo dad. Each child on that calendar. I love seeing Char Daddy. Did I tell you, Jaden, my new assistant? She's doing excellent, by the way. She's been here a couple weeks now. She's doing fantastic. She said, "Why do you keep calling him Char Daddy?" She goes, I was like, "Why do you keep saying Char Daddy?" That was his YouTube name from way back. Oh, do you do that? I didn't even know that. Is that your strategy, Scott? See, that's got to go in the guide. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's a pro tip. Or are you just saying that? I didn't know that. That was funny. 69. Oh yeah, you said that earlier. So see, you tell me something I forget. That's why I can't do phone calls. People call me all the time, and I'm forever grateful for that. But I can't. I gotta now. I use the iPad and I use GoodNotes and I write it down. But like we talk on the phone, I gotta write everything down and then I gotta put it in an email so I can search it because I won't remember it. Yeah, I do. I call her my wife, but sometimes you be like if I mean technical girlfriend, we've been together forever. It's a weird term to use, but then someone hears me say girlfriend one time and wife the other, and they start thinking it's weird. You should see when we have our house assistants and we all go out like to eat, and you have you have another girl or something, and everyone thinks we're some kind of polygamy. That's what they think. It's like watching Scott knows when you have a ton of people, it's like watching a train show. It's like a clown show come in the thing into a restaurant or something. It's crazy. There's so many people. I mentioned my 2000s, so I mentioned my birthday. My samples. Everyone wants samples, and we're designating Thursday as a sample day. So to send these samples out, I gotta step up my game on that, and I gotta make some. Now that our samples are bad, but I gotta make better. I gotta make some really good samples. I have a couple guide. I have a really good guide coming out. Little product that you guys will like. I'm not even gonna talk about it right now, but that's coming out. Trying to get that done. Then I have the big one, the print mastery. That's going to be really good. I wanted to shout out Scott. I have a free EDM guide that I should have had done today, but it's not. This is for anyone who's looking to do like the fulfillment, just a guide on A to Z, like how do you prepare the mailings. And I will shout out Mary Grace. I know you guys like to laugh at her about singing and stuff because she sings. She does the theatricals. Let me where's her picture I put up on here? She helped me do it. So shout out Mary Grace. She helped me do the EDM guide. We prepared a mailing. So you can just step by step. It's just something free that I'm going to give to anyone who's doing their own EDMs. So you have all the right steps and stuff. So shout out to Mary Grace for doing that. Sarah would have done it, but Sarah's a super pro. Sarah is the best EDDMer because she is super fast, but she can't do all the mailings, and she also has to be at the house too. So shout out to all of us that do the EDDMs here. What was I I was gonna mention this. This guy, like this is one thing in this EDM guide. I'll send it to you. I'll send an email for your sign up to the list. You'll get it. I've never talked about this before. I don't think I've ever mentioned this. And it's really kind of important. And it's something really small, but it's important. When you let me grab this, so it might be a little bit easier. When you have your postcard, you have your just random postcard. you have your postcard, you have the indicia side, okay, the marks, the eddm marks on here, and then no marks. Most people, you may have heard me say this, but the thing that you haven't heard, I'll tell you in a second. But the most important side is the side with the eddm marks. However, most people design their cards to be the most important side on the other side. They think of this as the back, which it is, but really this is the front. This is what they see first. So your most persuasive thing, like the thing that's got to capture people's attention, has to be on this indicia side. This is whether you're doing eddm or regular mailing. This is the most important side. You can't put too much information on this because it will scare people off. You can't jam it full of information. You can't put all your best stuff on the other side. And then I'll see like all the good stuff on this side and then just a giant white space with an address and so like nothing on the other side. When this is what people are seeing, and I'll tell you in a second the thing that I never talk about that's important. But let's get that straight. This is the most important part of the card is the indicia side. Now, the thing I don't mention too much is that because people typically put this as side 1, this is side 2, their artwork will usually go in this kind of order too. They'll send me or the printer or whoever the artwork, and this will be side 1, this will be side 2. And you proof it back, you see this is side 1, side 2. You'll often see if you're getting proofs back from me, I reverse that. So I'll put this one first because that's how these are going to arrive to you. They're going to be like this, and you want that. Otherwise, they come to you like this. You prepare your eddm mailing, and you put facing slips on this side. The mail carriers can't. This is the part I never really talk about, and it's really important. The mail carriers have to see this. They have to see that label so they know this is every door direct mail. This goes to everyone. If they've got to get this, they don't see anything. They may, who knows what they'll do. They might just get frustrated, and you don't want a frustrated carrier. You don't want someone getting frustrated or the clerk's trying to figure out what this is and they realize it's the thing's on the other side. You want it to be as easy as possible for the mail carrier. So put this is your most important side, and also make sure that this is how you're preparing your eddms. All your facing slips face up. Face up. It's a pro tip. It's a really important tip, and it's really simple, but it can affect the delivery of your mail for sure. It can affect the response. If you put a coupon and a nice headline and a coupon, it's very clear what this is about on the addressed side, on the eddm side, you have a way higher chance of someone responding than them seeing this side and there's no offer, there's no enticement, there's no big strong headline. They don't even look. The goal of this is to get them hooked and to turn it over for the more information. So that address side is super important. I will probably make a separate video. I think it's in my pipeline of making a video specifically on that. It's really, really important. I was going to mention some things on carriers because that kind of leads into carriers that destroy your mail and stuff. We talked a little bit about that before, about carriers destroying mail, which doesn't happen that often, but it's probably worth talking about. There's also something called the UBBM. You guys ever heard of the UBBM? I'm going to look through some comments, but I wonder if you've heard of the UBBM. Has anyone heard of the UBBM? Let me put that up here. Anyone know what the UBBM is? It's likely no one knows, but it's important. Someone's calling me. Doesn't matter. I just don't know who's calling me. I don't know why I'm checking this over while I'm live with you. Looking through comments. Go, Mary. Go. She'd get a kick out of that. Mary Grace she's such a nice person. She's very into like the theatrical stuff she does. She still like does like plays and stuff. Everything okay? Yeah, I just need to print out. Oh, I made that mistake before. I make that mistake often. I didn't print enough or one got missing. Yeah. But she does all the plays and stuff. I don't think she gets the recognition she deserves. So she probably likes being shouted out. Yeah, she does need to sing. Yeah. She'd like that. I don't know how she memorized all these lines. Some of these plays she does are like 3 hours long, and she memorizes all these lines and stuff. Other cards up on hold to create the review QR code will likely create stick out. Neat. And I've never used review cards myself. I need to really bad. I'm gonna rip off Scott's design and buy him lunch or something. But I make mistakes, even my regular business cards. I'm constantly making changes. People get their business cards, they order 1,000, and then they order another batch because they change it. It's a constant changing thing. It's like it's fine. Column. Oh, the column. I love the column. I love the column. Oh, here's a column right here. I love the column. Yeah. I hope I remember this. I'm going to start this comment. Ah, shit. Battery freaking died. I don't even know if you can hear me. My freaking battery died right while I was on here. I'll change this battery out. Back on. Battery died. I had to go try to change the battery. It just died. I love the column ads. I'm going to start this because hopefully I remember it. Got the cards I put on. Oh, I saw that. Question. And then new eddm rates, by the way, are 19 cents. Just thanks for these freaking post office being 19 cents retail, 18.9 cent 99 cents. It's like a 1.01 cent difference retail or permit. So don't even get a permit unless you're doing a massive amount of mailings. Yes, they all have the same rates. And that is a great question. All have the same rates. You can even do 12 by 15. That's the max you can go. And that would go with the same thing. Correct. Undeliverable business bulk mail. Undeliverable business bulk mail. The UBBM. Oh, yeah. Mark said this. You guys probably Googled this. And this kind of falls under eddm. And this is why sometimes you have issues. Oh, John Hayes. Every day. Every single day, every single live stream, I say, where's John Hayes? Where's John Hayes? The live stream never made it over to Ireland. It never got across the pond. It hit a glacier on the way or something. I'm like, where is he? And then he showed up. But that is a solid excuse. That is the best excuse. So that is okay. It's great to see you, John, though. Top of the morning to you. Is that the Irish hello? So who rides a motorcycle? So it's not like high school stuff. Oh, so we got your you just beat Les Mark by a year. You can still hear me. Thanks. I always think when I see you, I always think you're Tim, who's the 4-hour week guy. I'm like, why he's watching my show? Because you look like him from there. Tim, whatever, Ferris, that guy. Okay. Good. Scott's the best. That's why I like Scott too, because me and him share a similarity of we always like to give credit where it's due, and we don't steal. Like we wouldn't steal. Like it's not a big deal. You don't have to try to bamboozle anything. It can sometimes be the shortcut, hey, I'll claim credit for this. This is mine or something, but it's easier to just be honest, be clear, tell the truth, whatever. It comes back to you. Undelivered bulk mail, UBBM, in a nutshell, these mail carriers, they can put stuff in this undeliverable mail. So third class mail, second class mail, which is like eddm, things that aren't first class or priority or express, don't technically have to get delivered. They have to get delivered, but it's not like a super must absolute. So there's things that if they can't reach a business, or in some cases, some offices will have a rule, if there's no deliverable mail to a house. So say 15 Elm Street doesn't have any other mail. The mail carrier doesn't have any first class mail for that address, and all they have is junk mail on stuff that isn't what they call it an endorsement. It's like this, like stuff that isn't specifically addressed them, isn't first class. Some have a rule that you don't have to deliver it that day. You can skip past the house, and that saves the carrier from having to go up a driveway or go around, because there's no important mail and they can skip it. And either they can just not deliver it or just deliver it another day. So that's one thing. That's why sometimes someone might not get a card where other people did. There also can be times where it's considered undeliverable for whatever reason, and they chuck it into this UBBM bin, the undeliverable business bulk mail bin. And lazy carriers can technically just they can say, I don't want to deliver this. It goes in the UBBM. And then the postal clerks are supposed to go through that and check for like mail that is actually good to send and put it back out there. Hey, you didn't mail this, but you get a lazy carrier. The easiest thing is they can throw stuff into there. So that is a thing. And there's also where if your routes, if you put too many cards in a route, so if they have 600 addresses and you put 604, which can happen, what do they do with these extras? They can just dump them off in the last 3 houses, get an extra 2. That's why sometimes you get someone that got 2 cards, someone that got 3 cards, someone that got 5 cards, because you put too many and they're too lazy to recycle it. They don't want to go through this, so they just dump it off at the last house. That can happen too. But this UBBM thing is a place where some lazy carriers can pop their mail in. That could be yours. There's all sorts of ways you can prevent that and deal with that, but I'm just bringing that up since we're doing a lot of mailings. Let me pull this banner out. Wait, I thought I took it out. Too many buttons. Oh, you didn't see it? Right here. It's probably the camera can't see it. Scott does these all the time. He sells these to businesses, and I guess I don't know if Corey was right. If I stand out of the way, it'll probably focus on it. I'm not sure. There we go. Because it wants to focus on my eye. So if I put my eye here, it'll think it's my eye. They're really cool. Scott I think he has them up on Etsy too. You can check those out. No, it's not more. Oh, that's right. It's not morning over there. It's top of the afternoon. Really like 6-7 hours. To a lot more than 4 hours a week. And you know what? Tim Ferriss is too. I guarantee you Tim Ferriss is spending more than 4 hours a week. Carrie, good to see you. I sent you an email. If you got it. Great to see you. Oh, the column thing. Okay, I got to remember the column thing. I'm starting this too. Do not let me forget that. I'm just going through the comments so they didn't miss anything, and then I will talk about the column ads. Char said, Scott, if anybody, yes. Well, he's like me. I didn't technically I pioneered the shared postcard. I didn't technically invent it. This guy, not Dorn Brenton. What the heck is his name? I can't think of his name now. I shouted him out in the last episode. Dorn. Wasn't his name Dorn? It's not Dorn Brenton, though. I can't think of his name now. Man, I'm losing it, because he was the guy who showed me the post. He said, I'm doing this postcard. I had a lot of businesses, and I just took off with that. I pioneered it or helped it, but didn't technically invent it myself. Yeah, with this kind of stuff, the eddm postcards go to if you have a community box, they can put them on top because they're not individually addressed. It's a downside to eddm. It is what it is. They'll put them on top, so you have a stack. They won't individually put them into the mailbox. It's just something you got to deal with. Facebook review cards. Oh, that's good. Gotta make a little guide on. Just make a little guide on that. Throw in the template. We'll get together with that. Freaking easy product, Scott. Easy product. I remember Scott one time, his wife wanted the kitchen remodeled, so we had to put out some extra cards to remodel the kitchen. He's like, I gotta get this kitchen done. GBP is becoming more important for realtors. I'd love to talk to you about that, Roger, because I'm in the plans of putting a lot of content out for realtors. I have a lot of realtor clients. You were probably on the one last week. You were definitely on the one last week. And I don't know the rules on, because some realtors, do they use their brokerage as the address? Because you have to verify your address. So are they using their home address? And I think that is really, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I know personally, if I'm looking for a new realtor and I don't have one already, I'm going to be searching online and I want to see good reviews. That's how any business is. So many businesses are getting business from their reviews. I'm a personal example. I have great reviews. business has exploded for me locally, exploded because of my reviews. And I started seeing that explosion when I got like 8 reviews. Like I just needed a few. I went like 10 years without getting any reviews. I never asked, never got them. And it just took off. Like it's like every day there's more and more people locally, and I'm crushing. Any other competitor is like, if you look up printing near me or whatever, I'm just slaughtering everyone else because of the reviews. And has been like that since I just had a handful. Google Business Profile. He'll probably tell you that though. Now it's called, no, that's what it's called now. It was Google My Business before they changed names. So stupid. Most small companies don't have a design team. What to do if you just grab their logo and say sales off and throw. Canva. If they don't have, most of them won't have a design team. I try to get the owner to put something together. I try not to, if it's a business that, I mean, I use a judgment call. Not everyone can afford a designer. I'm going to shout Rob Smith. I think he was on here earlier. Rob is the top best postcard designer ever. If you need a guy that can deliver the absolute best postcard designs, you go to Rob Smith and you send your clients to Rob Smith, or you mediate it. I like to send them right to him, but you could also white label it and it look like you did it. Rob Smith is the top guy, but they're going to be spending a few $100 to get a top pro design. If that is not in their budget, then Canva. Whether you got to put something together, use a template, just search templates on Canva. It's amazing. The quality is so good. The options are so good. I usually try to have businesses get something together and then I'll make adjustments or modify things as needed. That's my typical process when they don't have their own good design. And I try not, because of the volume that I get, this may not be the same for you. If I only had a handful of people working with, I would spend a lot of time on design. I would really spend a lot of time on the design, but because of the amount of volume that we have here, I can't be, it's more or less just trying to get things done on time and taking what they have and maybe offering some kind of suggestions. I don't want to hang things up on, now I become the consultant to them and it's for a 1,000 piece mailing. Like I just don't have the time. I must have missed that question, but I'm trying to see what you're saying here is how people press and put the facing slip. I'm confused about my brain power. Hopefully that answers them. Bulk mail and EDM is the same. It's just first class. Bulk mail and EDM is bulk mail. It's saturation mail. It's called saturation, bulk mail, second class. There's like third and fourth class. Those things don't even have to get delivered. Those are like your nonprofit stuff, your really, really cheap postage stuff. Those things get thrown out like insane amounts because they're just not, they're undeliverable bulk mail. EDM will get delivered if they know that it's important. They know it's not credit card offers. It's important, but they have some leniency as to how quick they have to deliver it, whether they have to stop at this particular house. If there's too much, it's like on the back burner kind of thing. Oh, Australia. I love that. My good friends are from Australia. I love Australia. It's got to be some crazy time right now. And I know it depends on where you're in Australia, but like my friend who was in Perth, it's 12 hours. I think it was 11 or 12 hours. So it's either early in the morning or late at night when you can talk. It must be some crazy time over there right now. Love Australia. Got the wing nuts. You like that? Undeliverable bulk business mail. You are right. What's an income range a good neighborhood shows? It's all the general strategy is to go, and I know we're going to do the column ads. I know I'm not forgetting column ads. Corey and whoever else said it, Les Mark and someone. I'm glad you brought it up. What are we talking about? Income range. General good strategy is to sort it by top income and just move a couple down. Sometimes you don't want to go the super top end because they're going to be typically really older. You'll see like average age of 65 or something, and that might be fine for what you're selling. It may be totally fine. But for a lot of things, you want to go a little bit younger, higher income. Just those like a step down from the top. Every area is different. What's $100,000 household income in Chicago is very different than in Biloxi, Mississippi. Is that, where it might be a bazillion dollars, where it might be poverty in Chicago. So you have to look at that particular area. just sort it by the top and then go a couple down. Those are really good routes in general. If you target a mail, you can really hone it down to precise targets. I should have Canva. Carrie Lynn is my Canva template master. So she will know right where those are. She does all of our Canva stuff. So I'd have to ask her. It is the important thing. I mean, if I had to give 2 marketing pieces of advice for any business, it would be get that Google business profile going, collect reviews. Like that is like number 1, because it's free. And number 2 is start getting shared postcards, getting your business on a postcard and sharing it with other businesses. With just those 2 things, I think you can do as much damage as you want. Those are so powerful. They work together because the postcards, people are going to go online and you need them to see good reviews. I don't really like the website doesn't even really matter that much. Like you don't even really have to have a website. It's so hard to keep up a website. You can throw one together on Wix. Websites to me are just the last thing I'd ever even think of. Google business reviews, collecting reviews, which these cards are, that's the main purpose of the reviews, getting them while they're hot. As soon as they got the product, as soon as they're happy, you get the review. And shared postcards, absolute killer as far as advertising. It's killer. I got to really talk about these columns. Zoom. Oh yeah, if we had multiple people, I could put like 10 people on here, Roger, but no one ever wants to come on here. I got to have Scott on here. That's how I'm going to do these podcasts too. We can put 10 people, like literally you guys can call in and we can put it with your phone. We can have like 10 people. I can flip around the layouts and stuff and have the 10 people. I don't know. You can do everything. You probably, if you guys have watched Offline Sharks, I know they use the same software, LiveStream, and they have guests on there too. It's awesome. Yeah, that's his email. That is Rob, the man's email, top postcard designer ever. You want to see the very top postcard designs. I'm still freaking reeling over Oleg. I want to freaking choke Oleg. I'm going to freaking go tank Oleg's freaking Google business. I'm going to give him a 1-star review. That freaking guy. Oleg the plumber. If Oleg's watching this, I'm sorry, man. You're a good guy. The child is paid as a model. What the heck is this? Oh, where were we talking about this? Yeah, I guess. I know you can hire your kids too, as at least an S corp structure. You can hire your kids, put them on payroll, and take the money. You can transfer the money over. Pretty much tax free. So that's a good tax strategy. You're an accountant too, Lucy. So you know all the tricks. So look stuff in the bush. I mean, you think something, you get extras, they don't know what to do with it or something, or someone throws the thing out. It happens. It's just like targeting mail. It's like, if you can't expect it to be perfect, who's over there? I just saw a face looking at me outside my office door. I have no clue who it was. I don't know if it was a customer or something. Someone just looked. I could see it. Just stared eyes with someone. Random eye. I don't know who that was. The American Heart Association was here picking up banners earlier, but they are done. No, you just got to deal with it. Try not to pick like super heavy roads and don't depend on it. You can send targeted mail. That's all you can do. I mean, if it's a really good thing, if it's like food or something like that's really, really receptive, like someone's going to find value, you'll be fine because they'll see it there and they'll pick it up. I mean, they're going there to pick up their mail. But as far as like hard to get exposure stuff, no, you can do. I'm sure you would argue that with me. I'm sure, Robin. I'm not discounting the websites. A website is of course important. SEO is important. All these things are important to me. To me, they're not important, and I focus on these other things. That's just me. But yes, you're correct. Of course, website's important. But people get, they get so wrapped up in their website. They'll spend all their time and energy on a website thinking that people are going on their website, and they write a blog and stuff for their ice cream stand or something. They're writing a blog. No one's reading that thing. It's the wrong expectation. I would love to. I would absolutely love to I would love to have I would love to. We probably should, right? Should probably get a list of who wants. I should send out an email and see who wants to come on, and we should get all us on. That would be awesome. We should definitely do that. I use StreamYard Professional. And it's not just, I know you like the lighting and all this stuff, but there's a lot of things like the camera settings, but I mean, they do a great job. StreamYard is fine. It's great. You weren't. I don't know what that means. I got to talk about column ads. Anyone who doesn't have a website out for a digital part, there you go. Probably freaking guys are going to kill me for saying a website. I know, because you guys are website designers or whatever. Website is important. Square. This ad brought to you by squarespace.com. Wait till you see those popping up on my YouTube. I'm just kidding. This is stuff I gotta know. I gotta know from a real pro, because if I'm going to talk about this, I need to reference someone, and I can't be talking out of my butt. But I really do want to know what is the best way for realtors to get set up their reviews. Oh, excellent. Okay, can we talk about column ads? Who said column ads? Corey Pebler did. Oh, San Francisco. All I think of is that bridge and those, what is that show? The Full House, the streets, and it's very expensive. That's what I know about it. San Francisco. Is that what they call Frisco? Sarah's cousin lives in Fresno. Column ads. I have this blank Canva template card. Canva template cards. I love this. So this is the column. I invented this. I invented the column in 2014. I love the column. I don't see it a lot on cards that come through, probably because I only talked about it in a product that was older now. But this is a really good, there are many ways to use the column. You can fit this into a space. You can use the whole side of a card. You can use sacrifice one ad and put a column. There's many ways you can utilize the column. They're basically just small ads, small, tiny ads that you put on a 9x12 card. They do great. They do really good as little coupons. I don't have a card printed with one on here, but little coupon and just an ad. So these are good for just a company name and logo. These are great for like high response, like food, car wash, like these things that are really like useful. You can just clip the coupon and use. You can use them in many ways. One is to just, if you can't sell the big ad, maybe you can sell them on a column ad. So it gives you a backup, something cheaper, because you can fill many of these ad spaces with column ads, but they really should be strategic. It should be really good ads, which add to the value of the card. A really great way to use column ads is this can be your giveaway. So you can give away an ad that you really want, a business that you really want. You really want a good deal on the card. You can go to your favorite Mexican restaurant. You go to your favorite Greek restaurant, or something that you know will get really good response. Pizzeria, just go in, show them the card, say, hey, I would love to have you on here. I know that your business would look really good on here and people would love getting this card. I don't want to charge you anything. If you could put a good coupon on here, I have no problem putting you on there. These would normally cost $700. I'll give you this little space. You can put a coupon on here, totally free. It's free. And what happens is, in the worst case, you get the free ad. Like, yeah, sure, okay. And you got the business that you really wanted on the card with a really good ad. That's the worst case scenario. That's an outstanding case. The best case, which will happen, I can't tell you how many times I have been called or emailed with someone freaking out because they have 10 more ads to sell and they're running up on their deadline. They don't know what to do. And I tell them to do this. Just go fill the rest of them. Just go to businesses, say, I need to talk with the owner. I have a local print shop or a local market, whatever. Can I just talk with the owner? I want to give them a free ad space. That empowers you because you're not selling anything. You literally just need to talk to the owner to give them something free, and they'll get the owner. It's free. It's so easy to do that rather than trying to pitch them. And what happens out of like 8 out of 10 times, probably like 7 out of 10 times, but it's even higher, they're just going to say, I want the big space. They're going to say, this is really cool. How much for this big space? And you end up working out $500-600 and you sell space. I cannot tell you how many cards I have saved the people who had all this space, or they broke even, but they still had like half the card empty and they're coming up on their deadline. They don't know what to put on it, or they have 4 spots. And now all of a sudden you made a couple $1,000s in profit. You got a bunch of businesses that you didn't even think you'd get on there. And it was so easy to do because you just offered it for free. You came in there with it free. They loved it. And they offered to pay. Sometimes you just offer a space for free and they say, no, I'll buy it. Okay. How much can we, I'll give you a few hundred. I swear to God, this happens. It's like a super pro tip. It works. And the column is perfect for that because they get, at worst, they get this little tiny space. You could technically fill a whole card just by using this column strategy, and they bounce them up. You got them on there and you bounce them up. Well, I used to call it way back. I used to call it the springboard ad. It was the ghost ad, the phantom ad. I would have this ad that I would give for really cheap. You could do this other thing where like you charge like $800 for each space, but you charge like $300 for the little phantom ad. And if they don't like that, they can buy the phantom ad. And then you say, hey, I have a whole big space. I'd really love you on it. If you want to give me another $100 or whatever, I'll put you on that. And you just continuously rotate people off this phantom ad. Hope that makes sense. It's kind of an advanced strategy, but it's really sneaky. So they're like, yeah, I'll pay them the extra $50 or $150. I'll go to a big ad. When you really just wanted them to buy the big ad the whole time. No one ever gets the phantom space. They just went down to the lower priced one. They took that, and then you call them back and say, I have this space. You know, I have this other big space. A guy dropped out. I got unused space. If you want to get on there, it's $100 extra. You'll have this big old space, and then you got your extra $100 or $200 or whatever. You bump them up, and then even if they don't, and they say, okay, the phantom space, and you still want to use them on the bigger space, you can be the hero. And you can just say, you know what, I'm putting this out. I'm just going to, I really would like you to keep advertising on the card. I'm going to give you the big space. I'm going to do it for you and just give you the big space. Now you look like the marketing hero when you really just needed to fill these spaces. As long as you're getting what you find acceptable in the first place. So you make that phantom space an acceptable price, and you walk them up to the one that you'd really like to get. In worst case, you're still getting the acceptable price from them. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm glad you brought up the column. I get so excited over this stuff. I get so excited. Some don't, especially like a cultural thing. Like, I'm not racist Mexicans or whatever, but they a cultural, like, and they may not. Giving something free generally comes with it's like in prison, you know, you don't take the free thing. They go, hey, you want this, buddy? And you're like, yeah, I'll take it. Now you owe them. Giving something free comes with them. So it is how you present it. And I think even in a there might be a language barrier. There could be, they may not understand, may just not sound, they may want to take something for free. That is against their personal views, or it's culturally embedded or something. So you may have to present it in a different way where you're just stoked, excited, and I would love to put you on here. I'm promoting local businesses. I would love to have your business on here. And if they say no, we'll move on, because they sure won't pay for it. So you just move on. 100 what? I don't even know what it was. Sorry. That was probably something we're talking realtor talk. East Coast. Oh, that's where I'm never the West Coast. I'd be so out of place. I don't think I could handle it. South. I was in Fort Jackson, the Army Reserves. I was down south. That's a whole different world down there. Wait, Earl says, well, realtor website benefit is credible more than lead source. Landing pages produce more leads. We saw this. We saw that. Pipeline to go back to if they need it, and fill spaces. Yes. The worst thing you can do is put out a card and you have empty spaces. You miss out. That should never have empty space. Never. Oh, you just hit me up. It depends on the size, but you're looking at about, for small runs, I can do any quantity really, like quantities of 5 or so, $1 each pretty much. If you're just getting 5, I got to add some kind of shipping in there. But these I can do small runs, same quality, gloss, the UV gloss, and everything, basically $1 a piece. As they get smaller, it's cheaper, smaller cards, but big 9x12s. I do it. Just send me the design. I got you. Oh, I love directory cards. I have one of You guys seen Grant's directory card program? HighResponseMarketing.com/Grant. If you haven't, you should check this out. Let me put a banner up. Got pictures of his cards and stuff, and Grant's a good dude. Grant and Debbie, husband and wife. These are Grant's directory cards. They're so cool. He sends them to these are 8.5 by 14, by the way. It's legal size. Not, I guess Scott's confused. Scott's 11 by 14. This is 8.5 by 14, right? 11 by 14, something like that. Yeah. Why do they look so different? And 6 by 11s as well. He does 2 different kinds, and they are basically sent to neighborhoods. So like communities, developments, with all pertinent information on them. It's geared towards that one. And then realtors, insurance, tradespeople, anyone who wants to target those lucrative neighborhoods can pay to have a spot on this, and they'll be the only HVAC guy. They'll be the only plumber. They'll be the only real estate agent. Sells the space on it. It's a fantastic system. It's a great spinoff of the whole shared income thing, and it's really just text. It's just text. They spend extra for the color ads, you know, the prominent ads and stuff, and you can just put these out to individual developments. You know, there might be 1 or 2 postal routes on them. They're great. I love the directory cards. Thank you. I invented it. We saw that. Yeah, there is something free is always. I mean, someone offers me something for free. I'm like, what? Okay, there's some kind of catch. And I get offered stuff for free all the time because I get people email, they want to do nice things. And most of the time it's because they have some kind of service they're trying to sell me or give me. And I'm like, I'm going to turn down your free offer of a website audit or something because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me. And that's what we're often trying to do. But sometimes as 9x12ers, we are literally just trying to get a good business on the card that we want. Like sometimes you just want that anchor space where you want the most popular restaurant or something on that card and you don't want to mess with it. You just want to get it on there. You want a good deal to anchor your card, to give it this strong value, and you're just giving it for free. So you have to pitch it with sincerity. And I don't know, that's a tone thing. It's a presentation. It's to not come off slimy. You have to be excited. You're just promoting local business. You are eating the cost. You literally just want to be honest. You just want them on there. The community wants it. If they can put a good deal on it, that's the only thing you ask, is that they put a good deal on it. That's it. Maybe if they like it, they'll advertise down the road. But you just want them to put an ad on there. If you pitch it like that, they'll believe you because it's true. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need all the support I get because I get bummed out sometimes, but it's been picking up. So I'm going all in on YouTube. I'm gonna be big YouTuber. It's gonna be the best marketing. And I meant to talk, but we don't have time. I'm doing ones on different niches too, like specific. I did the auto body one, and I had a lot of auto body people. They were instantly like, I put it up, and people that were auto detailing, I was getting calls, getting emails. Hey, I'm at a shop in California. I'm doing this. This is great. They need this stuff. Every single niche needs specific videos geared to them. And there's almost endless niches. So I have more content then. And this ties in with marketers too. The more you know about that niche, you can literally, I want a marketer that may have never worked in that niche. They can watch this video and instantly know, okay, this is how I can help this person. I can do this. This is what we can look up. This is what we can mail to. These are the demographics they like. This is what they call their customers. This is what they're looking for. These are the terms they use. And you can kind of quickly get up to speed in that niche. So it works for both the business owners of those niches and marketers trying to help those niches. I really appreciate it. They're great for everything. Check his program out, highresponsemarketing.com/Grant. You can see all the cards. He's done a bazillion cards with his glasses. You see his glasses. He's got those trendy glasses or whatever. He lives in Florida. I think I drive the convertible, but he's not like a guru type person. He's just a Floridian, right? Floridian guy. Yes, there is something is free. Yes, there is. But most people aren't. It's my friend Nick, long time friend too. Thank you for joining. And he just opened up his own shop. So that's congratulations, because Nick went from a would you have a shop, like a side business? We both worked at Walmart together. Okay. Me and him worked at Walmart like 20 years ago together. And he had like a small shop, and that wasn't working or something. And you're doing it. You have a business of like the cards, right? The like sports cards and stuff and trading cards, collectibles. And I think you were, maybe from what I can gather, doing online, you have a following, and now you got this big space that you just opened up, and things like you're doing really, really good, making some pretty big moves. So huge shout out to you, because that is a big, huge step up. Amazing. But I was talking about the free. It's sometimes you have to actually convince something it's free. Sometimes we do want to put literally a free business on there. Like Nicholas Rye does. I do put these out, and you want like simians on there, right? Because every single person is going to want a card with simians on there, because it's like everyone loves that restaurant. I wouldn't go in there trying to like convince them to buy an ad, which I did one time. They're really hard to get. They won't give coupons, and I was able to. And the lady said, I've been working with Simeon for like 30, 40 years. He's never done a coupon. It's the first time he's ever done a coupon. But sometimes you just want someone on there. You just literally want someone on there because it's going to deliver a top. It's going to deliver. The people are going to like to get it. So you don't care. You're like, hey, I'm investing $500. I could sell this ad for $500. I'm giving it to you for free because I just want you on there. You are putting skin in the game for sure. You're taking away an ad that you could be making $500 on. You can only get the template for the directory if you buy the system. He gives you the template. You got to highresponsemarketing.com/Grant. You got to go on there. That is Grant. I have helped him promote it and put it all together and add my thoughts on it too. But in his product, this is his artwork. So his template is in there. It comes with the guide. Oh, Tim Black showed up. I didn't know it was storming in Houston, Texas. And then I started seeing all this stuff on my feeds and stuff. It's like a giant storm in Texas and everything's closed. I didn't know that. I thought everything was always open in Texas. Collectibles side hustle the full time. And and I know you've been doing a long time, right? So that's not easy. That is not an easy. You really have to find that niche. I'm sure you've really got to find like what that niche is. And you can only kind of discover that over time, like what you specifically are good at. That is a long process, and it's paying off for you, brother. I can tell. Amazing. I bet it's cold over there, Tim. It's cold out here. It's not as cold as it usually is. Usually we're in the negatives. I haven't really seen negative weather. I'm going to shut this down here in a couple minutes. So I got to say my goodbyes to everyone. I got to take I see you, Jim, and I see you, Nick, and I see you, Corey, and I see, remember that show? Reading Rainbow? Lamb Chop? Romper Room. I knew it was. I knew it was something. It was John Young saying, "Oh, that was Johnny." I saw that. Thank you for joining, John. I hope you guys to watch the Realtor one. I had a great one last week on the Realtor thing. I got so many videos to make. I should be making a video right now, but I'm doing lives. Shout out again to MGK. Where is she? She'd kill me for putting them pictures on there, for making the eddm guide. And shout out to Scott. Remember, if you didn't see, where's Scott? Scott Meisner, $30,000 profit using the 9x12 MF/14 system. Directory card pioneer himself, Scott Meisner, over in Pennsylvania. Teaching full-time teacher, full-time family man, 11 kids, $30,000 profit just in January, putting these cards out. One of many. My birthday's in 8 days, counting down. Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it. Tim, you missed a really good thing on the column ad. So it's probably worth watching. It's definitely worth watching. Really, it's worth watching. It's definitely worth rewatching. I promise you. Watch it at night. Fall asleep at night or something. Is school shut down? I hate when school shut down. Them kids are home. It's terrible. Ruins our whole day. Hey, no problem, Fred. I'm glad to see you on here. My sister wives, oh my God, you should see this. Some of our assistants that were with us a long time, like everyone just, thinks that, because we're all so close. We're like super close. So they're literally like family. They think that I've got like all these wives and stuff, and we're all wifed up. I appreciate that. I guess that's it, guys. I have so much fun talking to you. I have so much fun. I'm almost at my 2,000 subscribers. So if you subscribe on YouTube, I really appreciate it. What does Corey say? I'm going to sign off in a second here. Oh, nice. She can claim she was born in 81. But that was the year you were born too. Maybe we're brothers. No, he's where I am. He's local. Nick is same area, Central New York. Other coast. The only good coast. Oh, it was a freaking California. I'm just jealous. I say those things. I'm just jealous. Yeah. Fortunately, we did have a little bit of drama in one of them. We got rid of that one quick. The others are like freaking literally like family. Might as well just all be one freaking family. New Hartford. They don't know where New Hartford is. Freaking California. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. It was great talking with you. It was great talking with all of you. I probably got a bunch of emails. Probably you guys are freaking out because I'm not responding to some of these emails. All right. Have a great week. I'm going to see you Wednesday, but I'm going to have a couple more YouTube videos up for you. Don't worry. We're going to have some great discussion next week. Signing off. I see you around.